FM 100.5 Smyrna, and online at WGNSradio.com. This is the Roundtable. A look at the news, views, politics, and people that are shaping Rutherford County.
Good morning. Scott, how are you? Good interview. And Brian Barrett's here. Oh, he's getting Avent on camera. Avent Lane's here. Mickey Gannon is AWOL again. Some kind of, we know last week he had the very painful procedure of the bus exam, and this week I think it's spring break. Now that's a pretty lame excuse, don't you think? Spring break?
On the inspection.
Well, I'm talking about this week. Spring break?
Well, hey, you get what you can get when you can get it.
But guess what?
Scott, could you?
We were so close, Avent. Avent suggesting, folks. Welcome all you wonderful WGNS loyal listeners and all you Facebook followers and you YouTube followers and WGNS sponsors. We're so appreciative. Avent, we're so close. I'm just so chagrined.
You're chagrined?
Yeah, because tomorrow would be April 1st, which would be what?
Well,
I mean, if today had been tomorrow, it would be what? April 1st, which is
April Fool's.
Which would be a perfect day for all kind of jokes, don't you think?
Well, yeah.
But you know, but really, I think people are on April Fool's are too tired for April Fool's jokes. You know why?
Why is that?
Well, they just finished a 31-day march.
Oh man.
Avent's tuning his bass over there.
Now you know why.
I want to send this first original. We're keeping with our new tradition here. We start with an original song. This is one of my little novelty tunes I wrote. You remember Truman Jones despised this song? Do you remember that, Avent?
And this goes out to Truman Jones especially.
Especially to Truman. He thought I was insulting of the woman, but the guy, if you listen close, the guy singing the song's dumber than she is.
Oh yeah, he's dumb as a sack of rocks.
Takes him an hour to figure out a television is unplugged. That's all that's wrong with it.
You seen the video?
Yeah.
It's still on YouTube.
I'm going to go find it again. I also want to sing that. I'm not going to name this dear friend, but I've got a dear friend. This song I'm sending out in honor of today, too, on her birthday. Are you ready? When I was a boy, I was quite obsessed with blonde-headed women who had big chests. Of drawers. So I planned to marry the perfect blonde, a gorgeous one with no clothes on. On the floor. Then I wed the blonde of my dreams. She was a living doll and had lots of cool things, like appliances. She has some nice appliances, and she gives dumb blonde a whole new meaning, yeah. I knew it was fate when we first met. I just repaired her new TV set that was unplugged. It was unplugged. It only took an hour, so I looked around. I knew she was the one when I found a huge chest of drawers. Oh yeah, really nice chest of drawers. It was only later I began to glean that she might be missing something in between her ears, her lovely ears, and she gives dumb blonde a whole new meaning, yeah. wears her clothes with them on. She thinks the toaster is a telephone. Even after she answers it. Even after she answers it. But I like putting salve on her cheek and hands. And after all, it was a foreign brand. It was made in Hawaii. It was made in Hawaii. And lots of folks squeal when they answer hello. But when she does, she has an afterglow. She's so special, so very special. And she gives dumb blonde a whole new meaning. I've added a verse.
Oh, okay.
This next one, it's a new verse.
New stuff.
When expecting our first, she was so perplexed. So I asked her what had her vexed. And she said, I just hope it's mine. I just hope it's mine. She put baby diapers on in reverse. But she figured it out soon after our first. By the third. You know, the second one actually liked it. And she keeps our children out of harm's way. She never leaves them alone or lets them play with that telephone.
What?
The telephone. Now that verse about putting the baby diapers on reverse was true. Inspired by my oldest sister. When we let her babysit, her kids grew up with cloth diapers. She'd never seen a disposable diaper before. So she had it on wrong side out. She had the plastic part on the inside.
Oh, you're kidding.
Now we're going to get serious, though. But she builds me up and by me stands. It's because of her I'm happier than a pig and slop, a pig and slop. And she gives dumb blonde a whole new meaning. Here we go. Yeah, she gives dumb blonde a whole new meaning. She lifts me up, and on her I'm leaning. Being sharp as a marble ain't demeaning. Oh, she gives dumb blonde a whole new meaning. One more time. She gives dumb blonde a whole new meaning. She lifts me up, and on her I'm leaning. Take a look at her heart, it's quite revealing. She gives dumb blonde a whole new meaning. Yeah, she gives dumb blonde a whole new meaning.
You've got all the blonde-headed ladies loving you a lot.
Well, you know how it goes. I still remember our dear friend Sarah Frizzell. Our little recording of that. She had some witty comments in there.
And Ken was hilarious. He said it's on the video. He says they were saving money there by using.
Yeah. Oh, and Ken was trying to.
Yeah, he said they turn them right inside up. I said, Ken, it's faux cloth.
Yeah, he said.
False cloth.
He kept thinking they were cloth.
And he wouldn't let it go.
Oh,
I miss him. I miss both of them so much. They're such good people.
Even if April showers
bring
May flowers, what do May flowers bring?
The Pilgrims.
That's right. Or as John Wayne said in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, pilgrim.
Pilgrim. Yeah, he really used that term a lot.
Oh, that's all he called Jimmy Stewart the whole movie.
Pilgrim.
Hey, pilgrim.
Uh-huh.
Okay, David Lane.
Yeah.
On March 30th, Francesco Paolo Lovicchio was born.
Say that again.
Francesco Paolo Lovicchio was born on March 30th, 1913.
Francesco. Wow. In 13?
1913.
What's he famous for?
He's famous for many Western theme songs and many TV theme songs, and he made a very wise choice in creating a professional name other than Francesco Paolo Lavicchio when he decided to call himself Frankie Lane.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I know who you talking about.
And don't you remember the 1965 TV series Rawhide that had that great thing that people still are fond of the theme song to this day.
Rowdy Yates, Mr. Favor.
Gil Favor played by Eric Fleming. Rowdy Yates played by Clint Eastwood, of course. Sheb Woolley was a regular.
Yeah, he
Remember
was.
that? And then there was Wishbone the cook. I think his name was Paul
Branniger.
Paul Branniger was the Wishbone.
Do you know how Mr. Favor died?
He drowned.
Well, piranha ate him.
Well, he was
attacked.
he was filming a movie down in the
Right.
South America somewhere, and him and another man on a canoe in a river, and they turned over. The other man swam to safety, but Eric Fleming, he was 41 years old. He died. Wow, it's terrible.
Yeah. I like Mr. Favor. He was a no nonsense.
Gil Favor.
Get out there and get them cows moving, boys.
All righty. And of course, you cannot help but love the Blues Brothers version of this song.
Oh yeah. It saved their life.
Sound about right?
Close enough.
Rolling, 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 though the streams are swollen, keep them doggies rolling rawhide. Rain and wind and weather, hell bent for leather, wishing my gal was by my side. All the things I'm missing, good victuals, love and kissing, are waiting at the end of my ride. Move 'em on, head 'em up, move 'em on, head 'em up, rawhide. Cut 'em out, ride 'em in, cut 'em out, ride 'em in, rawhide. Yeah. Keep moving, though they're disapproving, keep 'em doggies moving, rawhide. Don't try to understand 'em, just rope, throw 'em and brand 'em. Soon we'll be living high and wide. My heart's calculating, my true love will be waiting at the end of my ride. Move 'em on, head 'em up, move 'em on, head 'em up, rawhide. Cut 'em out, ride 'em in, cut 'em out, ride 'em in, rawhide. Moving, though they're disapproving, keep 'em doggies moving, rawhide. Don't try to understand 'em, just rope, throw and brand 'em. Soon we'll be living high and wide. My heart's calculating, my true love will be waiting at the end of my ride. Move 'em on, head 'em up, move 'em on, head 'em up, rawhide. Cut 'em out, ride 'em in, cut 'em out, ride 'em in, rawhide. Rawhide, rawhide,
Rawhide, Rowdy Yates.
And there, Frankie's doing in the version of the TV theme song. He's doing a lot of that, overdubbing himself, and then. But I had no idea that was his real name until last night when I looked it up. Let's change the key. Hey, Eamon, did you hear the one about the guy?
Bunch of theme songs, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
That one Tombstone that had Burt Lancaster and what was the other guy's name in that movie? Burt Lancaster played Earp and what's his name?
The Gunfight at OK Corral.
Gunfight at
Yeah.
OK Corral.
Yeah, Frankie Lane did that one.
Yeah.
OK Corral, OK Corral.
Yeah.
You know, he recorded his own version also of "Do Not Forsake Me, Oh My Darling" and had a much bigger hit on it than Tex Ritter did,
Huh. I didn't know.
who sang it for the movie. High Noon, of course. So, Ava, did you hear the one about the guy? Hear about the guy that broke the entire left side of his body.
I can relate.
But he's all right.
John, boy, you are pushing it this morning.
I am. I couldn't. I just had to pretend it was April 1st.
I wonder if Truman's listening. He needs to hear this. Well, maybe he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know. He'd have turned it off as soon as we started. She Gives Dumb Blind a Whole New Meaning. He'd have turned it off right then.
Yeah, that's...
As much as he likes my song,
Oh, Six Gun Slim.
Six Gun Slim, he hates with equal fervor Dumb Blind. So, born on March 25th, 1947, and I can't recall his original birth name now, but he's professionally known as Elton John. He's 76 years old, still bringing it. And
yeah.
The song of his in 1974, he's actually recorded the thing about 3 or 4 different times. And of course, I think, was it 1997 when Princess Diana died?
I don't know. Yeah, sounds about right.
Anyway, he rewrote the song for that. He and his lyricist, I forget who his lyricist is, but they've been a huge success.
Bernie
Taupin. They rewrote it for her tribute to her, and that thing sold over 30 million copies. It set a record at the time, 30 million. That is a single.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
What a talent. He puts on great concerts. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful.
Elaborate costumes. There's one of them out there. He's dressed with the big blonde wig and
And matter of fact, when he was in,
was that dressed like Beethoven or something?
Yeah, very formal. My daughters really love Elton John. She went to the last concert. But what's really cool, the concert, Scott and them has the music store. My brother, he provided the piano for Elton. It was a red,
Really?
grand Kawai piano. I think it was a 9-footer. Man, it was
Awesome.
beautiful.
I bet that thing's expensive.
Oh, yeah,
Expensive.
Yeah.
I tell you what though, I'm never going out to dinner again on April Fool's Day. I did last year.
Why is that, John?
I did last year. And the waiter comes over and I said, I'd like a lobster tail. And he goes, once upon a time there was a handsome lobster. And
Yes, and his name was Eric
his
Fitzwaller.
name was Fred.
His name was Fred. Yeah, Fred. Fred's from Woodbury.
Yeah. So from 1974, the original, Candle in the Wind. We know this is written about. Bernie Taupin talked about writing the song about Marilyn Monroe. He had heard someone talking about Janis Joplin and said she lived her life like a candle in the wind. And he just seized on that. It wasn't a song. It was just somebody who either wrote about her or spoke about Janis Joplin. But that candle in the wind thing stuck in Bernie Taupin's songwriter's brain, and he kept thinking, and the person that just kept coming to his mind was Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
And so, hence the song Goodbye Norma Jean, because Norma Jean Baker was Marilyn Monroe's real name. Goodbye, Norma Jean. Though I never knew you at all, you had the grace to hold yourself when those around you crawled. They crawled out of the woodwork and they whispered into your brain. They sent you on a treadmill and they made you change your name. And it seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind, never knowing who to cling to when the rain set in. And I would have liked to have known you, but I was just a kid. Your candle burned out long before your legend ever did. bus was tough, the toughest role you ever played. Hollywood created a superstar, and pain was the price you paid. And even when you died, oh, the press still hounded you. All the papers had to say was that Marilyn was found in the nude. And it seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind, never knowing who to cling to when the rain set in. And I would have liked to have known you, but I was just a kid. Your candle burned out long before your legend ever did. Goodbye, Norma Jean. Though I never knew you at all, you had the grace to hold yourself while those around you crawl. Goodbye, Norma Jean, from a man in the 22nd row who sees you something more than sexual, more than just our Marilyn Monroe. And it seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind, never knowing who to cling to when the rain set in. And I would have liked to have known you, but I was just a kid. Your candle burned out long before your legend ever did. Your candle burned out long before your legend ever did. Woo! Time is a little tricky on that one for me, but
yeah, it's got a lot of expression going on
I
there.
got a lot of words in that last stanza there, and I didn't quite get those at perfect staccato there, but
it's a tough tune.
Anywho, you know, Avent, what were you doing on March 26, 1955?
Well, I had a my coonskin cap.
That's right. You
and
sure
my
did.
buckskins with the tassels and all that.
That's right. And probably had you a toy musket.
It had a flintlock.
Yeah, had you a flintlock.
And that flintlock shot little cork
Yeah.
balls out of it.
As a pop gun.
It's like a pop gun.
Yeah. Well,
and
we'll
I was having a good time.
We'll give folks to think about what happened on that particular day, March 26, 1955, right after this brief commercial break.
Yeah.
Chip Walters here with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. I was named a top 10 agent in the #1 Exit Realty office in America in 2021. The top question I get around town, how's the market? Good question. And the answer's changed a few times this year alone. I'd like to know what you've heard and share some solid data we have. Give me a call and let's have a cup of coffee and take a look at what's happening in your neighborhood. All my contact info is right on my website, choosechip.net. I'm Chip Walters with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates.
French's, the name to trust. French's, depend on us. French's, a great selection too. We take pride in pleasing you. Get brand names at a lower price. The French family really treats you nice. It makes good sense to shop at French's. French's Shoes and Boots.
That's French's Shoes and Boots, 1837 South Church Street in Murfreesboro.
We're talking with Carol Johnston, a resident at Adams Place.
They're very professional. I've gotten attached to some of the RNs, and they try to do everything they can to help you with your need, whatever you're needing at a time. It's a great place. Very homey. I feel like it's home. So I'm very happy here.
I'm Terry Deal, Call me for more information about Adams Place, located at 1927 Memorial Boulevard, across from Walmart.
It's Good Neighbor Events, brought to you by Cardinal Realty Solutions, the law offices of John Day, and AmeriCare Pest Control.
This is a paid legal ad.
You've probably heard it a million times. If you're injured, call a lawyer. And you probably haven't because you don't know how much it will cost, how long it will take, or even if you have a case. At the law offices of John Day, we provide a free initial consultation because we understand that folks don't want to pay a lawyer only to find out they don't have a case. If you think we can help, we do so on a contingency basis, which means we only get paid if you do. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
Don't forget to shop local. WGNS encourages you to support our local family businesses. And the free lecture series begins on Tuesdays in April and May at Greenhouse Ministries. Well, put this on your calendar. Linebaugh Library is celebrating its 75th anniversary, and they're doing that on Wednesday, April 5th at 11 o'clock at the library. You don't want to miss that. That's 11 o'clock Wednesday morning, April 5th at the Linebaugh Public Library. And thank you for 75 years. Don't forget, Shred Day is back at Wilson Bank and Trust. It'll be Saturday morning, April the 8th. There's an underwater Easter egg hunt on Saturday morning, April the 8th at the Patterson Community Park Indoor Pool. That's right, an underwater Easter egg hunt, 10 to 2:30, Saturday, April the 8th. And that's at the Patterson Community Center. MTSU is having a Chinese Music of Hope concert. That's Friday afternoon at 4 at MTSU's Wright Music Building. And those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Good neighbor weather. A wind advisory will go into effect here later this evening. We'll see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms here this afternoon with cloudy sky conditions, a high in the mid-70s. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on News Radio WGNS. Currently, it's 64.
WGNS is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. MTE's EV Ready program provides members with $50 in bill credits toward the installation of wiring to support 240-volt charging in their garages. Learn more at driveev.com.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and worldwide at WGNSradio.com.
And we're back. Thank you, Brian Barrett. Still waiting on my baby blue WGNS shirt. I like that color so much. He wears it.
That's a seafoam foam.
What do you mean, seafoam?
Seafoam.
That's the color.
Oh, that's a color?
Yeah.
Seafoam?
Seafoam.
Who came up with that?
That's been around since things have been around.
It's been around since things have been around.
That's a long time. Okay, I'm just behind time.
Wow.
So,
jeez.
as Avent was alluding to when he's talked about wearing his coonskin.
I don't allude too much.
Well, that's right, and not seldom in public. But when he was talking about his coonskin cap, because I had one too, and his flintlock and his buckskins, he's talking about Davy Crockett. Here's the Brian will not even believe this. As popular as that thing was, as ABC, Walt Disney production. Brian, how many total episodes of Davy Crockett? How many total episodes were there of Walt Disney's ABC miniseries Davy Crockett?
30.
There were 5.
5?
5 episodes. That's all there was.
Disney produced, right?
Can you believe that? For that, the Davy Crockett miniseries on ABC back in 50.
And then didn't they get him to do Daniel Boone? The TV?
He later played Dan.
But
Fess
Daniel
Parker.
Boone wasn't. He wasn't Davy.
He was a man.
He was a big man.
He was a big man. He was a big. But interesting thing about the Ballad of Davy Crockett, it hit #1 on the Billboard charts. I'm talking about the Billboard pop charts. It hit #1 on March 26, 1955. But it wasn't the version that was sang as the theme song for the miniseries. A group called the Wellingtons sang that. They also sang the theme song to Gilligan's Island. The Wellingtons.
Oh, okay.
That's the same group. That's a guy named Bill Hayes recorded it and released it. What happened was he recorded for Cadence Records at the time, and his producer, a guy named Archie Beyer, watched the premiere episode of Davy Crockett, and he heard the song, and he immediately called Bill Hayes, and Bill Hayes rushes into the studio, and in like 2 takes they record this song, and it hits #1. Now, Fess Parker later recorded a version. Tennessee Ernie Ford later recorded a version. Then several years later, you will not believe who recorded a version. Louis Armstrong.
Wow.
But the original version of this song has 20 verses in it. This is closer to the one Bill Hayes.
A lot of history with Davy, though.
I'm kind of copied Bill Hayes' truncated version, but I'm only changed one verse. So. Well, born on a mountaintop in Tennessee, greenest state in the land of the free. Raised in the woods so he knew every tree. Killed him a bar when he was only 3. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Off through the woods he's marching along, making up yards, singing a song. Itching and fighting and righting a wrong, he's ringing a bar twixt as strong. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Home for the winter with his family, happy as squirrels in the old gum tree. Being a father that he wanted to be, close to his boys as a pot in the pea. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Now he'd lost his love and his grief was gone. In his heart he wanted to leave it all and lose himself in the forest tall. But he answered instead his country's call. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. So he went off to Congress and served a spell, fixed up the government and laws as well. Took over Washington, so we hear tell, and he patched the crack in the Liberty Bell. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. When he come home, his politicking done. The Western March had just begun, so he packed his gear and his trusty gun and lit out a grinning to follow the sun. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. He heard of Houston and Austin, and so to the Texas plains he just had to go, where freedom was fighting another foe, and they needed him at the Alamo. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Don't you remember that song as a kid, though?
Oh, yeah, everybody could sing it, you know.
Everybody could. Everybody could.
We got in trouble singing that song in school. All right, you kids, hush up. Quit singing that song.
All right, so we're going back in, as you can see, what we've been doing here lately is going back to this previous week, or this week, not the previous week, this week in music history. And on March 27th, 1957, this song was awarded the Academy Award for Best Original Song.
I thought this tune was older than
It's
that.
not. No, it was written for the
movie.
For the movie.
Really?
The Man Who Knew Too Much. You remember? Wasn't that a great movie?
Great movie.
Oh man, and
that was a tense.
Oh man.
Tense movie.
Yeah, I love the scene in when she's at the opera house or wherever it is, and she's torn between, she sees the assassin up there and she sees the prime minister who's the target, but she also knows if it failed, it could mean the life of her son. And right. Doris Day does such a great job of just being in anguish and torment, tears rolling down her face, and then of course she finally lets out that scream right when the cymbals are supposed to clash, and it makes him only wound him. Yeah. And then he falls to his death down there in the seats. That's just a great movie.
Yeah, it was. That was a Hitchcock movie.
Oh yeah, Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah. Made his standard cameo in it.
Hitchcock, what a director. Man.
Oh, he's incredible.
Great movies.
Incredible. So we got to adapt it a little bit to since it was written to be sung by Doris Day, a woman. Now, this song was written by Ray Evans and Jay Livingston. Now, just to give you an idea, these guys were an incredible songwriting team. Jay Livingston was the composer, Ray Evans the lyricist. And they wrote the theme song for so many movies and wrote so many scores for movies, you can't count them. But they also did TV shows, and one of the cleverest one, I think, is they wrote the theme song for Mr. Ed.
Didn't they do Rocky and Bullwinkle too, Jay Livingston?
They may have. They may very well have. I mean, the list is, if you look them up, the list just goes on and on and on.
Them guys had a great gig,
but the thing I didn't know until recently is it's Jay Livingston singing the Mr. Ed theme song. He sang it himself.
A horse is a horse, of course.
Horse, of course. And no one can go to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed.
Yeah, that. Oh, man.
When I was just a little boy, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart what lies ahead. Will we have rainbows day after day? Here's what my sweetheart said. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Now I have children of my own. They ask their father, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? I tell them tenderly. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera. Oh, and the scene's great when they're in the house, and she's singing it and belting it out.
Yeah. Oh, what a voice!
So that her son will hear her. He's being kept upstairs, imprisoned upstairs, and then that's how they find him when he goes to the door and hollers out.
He knows his mama.
Because Jimmy, his steward, has snuck off to try to find him, On March 29th, 1972, Elvis Presley recorded, I'm going to say his signature song, and I'll tell you why. I I think it was 2013, they did a survey
Oops.
of Elvis fans, and this song was voted #1 favorite Elvis song by Elvis fans, followed by Suspicious Minds, and as 2, and #3 was I Can't Help Falling in Love. But Always on My Mind was the favorite among those, at least at that time, among Elvis fans. Now, what's interesting about it is Johnny Christopher, he started writing the song. And he and Mark James had already written some hit songs like Hooked on a Feeling and Suspicious Minds, Elvis's other song. And he was in Memphis doing some type of music production thing, and it took 10 days longer than he had planned. So he called his wife and apologized, and she was very angry. And he said, well, honey, but I've been thinking about you all the time. And all of a sudden, bingo, the songwriter brain, you've always been on my mind. He starts writing this song. Well, he gets kind of stuck, so he brings in his writing partner, Mark James. And they're actually at the studio one day writing it when another songwriter they know, Wayne Carson, is walking across just to go to another office over there, and they say, Wayne, come over and help us finish this song. And after a couple of hours together, a couple of takes, they finished it. So it's all three are given credits, although they all came in at different times to help write the song. But we also know Willie Nelson had a huge #1 hit with it.
Yeah, I always equate the song with him.
Now, a lot of folks thought, since this song came out about 2 or 3 weeks after he and Priscilla separated, they thought that was the source of the song, but it was not. It was what I just told you. It was Johnny Christopher's phone call with his wife that started it all. But Elvis did a great job, as did Willie. Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have, and maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have. If I made you feel second best, girl, I'm sorry I was blind. But you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Oh, tell me, please tell me that your sweet love hasn't died. And give me one more chance to keep you satisfied. I'll keep you satisfied. Maybe I didn't hold you all those lonely, lonely times, and I guess I never told you I'm so happy that you're mine. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the time. But you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Oh, tell me that your sweet love hasn't died. And give me one more chance to keep you satisfied. I'll keep you satisfied. 'Cause you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Sorry about that, Brian. We'll take another short break here.
When the unexpected happens, fire, water, or storm damage, Farrah Construction can help. Farrah Construction is also there to help when a car slams through the wall, and that seems to happen more often these days. I'm Ron Hall. Let our family at Farrah Construction help you. Call Farrah Construction and we'll board up, put down tarps, secure your home or business until the insurance coverage is approved. I'm Ron Hall. Shop local. Let our family business help you. Farrah Construction Company.
This is Dr. David Morris with Magnolia Medical Center. Do you suffer from peripheral neuropathy in your hands or feet, burning pain, balance problems, and decreased quality of life? Magnolia Medical Center can help.
Magnolia Medical Center in Murfreesboro. Online at magnoliamedicalcenters.com.
Here at Bud's Tire, we make buying Michelin tires simpler. I'm Allison Mitchell with Bud's Tire Pros. We offer a straightforward approach to service, including nationwide warranties with every purchase. Stop in today to see our full lineup of Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. For whatever you drive, Michelin and BF Goodrich have a tire to fit any need. Bud's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. We're located on East Main Street, exactly 3 miles from the town square, 1 mile past Rutherford Boulevard. Visit us online at budstireprostn.com.
Seniors Helping Seniors, in-home care services.
This is Danielle Rutherford with Seniors Helping Seniors.
Seniors Helping Seniors takes me to doctor appointments. They help me understand what the doctor is saying.
shsmiddletn.com.
The Garden Patch Thrift Shop on Spring Street in downtown Murfreesboro.
We are very blessed to have volunteers, to have friends that are decorators that come in and merchandise our store and do our window displays that help with linens, that help with jewelry, that help just make the store look really nice.
Proceeds from sales benefit Greenhouse Ministries, a faith-based nonprofit serving the underserved here in Murfreesboro. The Garden Patch Thrift Shop on Spring Street across from the tall NHC building.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and worldwide at WGNSradio.com.
And we're back. Thank you folks so much. Johnny B here with Avon Lane and Brian Barrett.
We're back.
Do you know Brian is the creator of the WGNS logo and all these graphics you see? He is the creator of the WGNS logo.
It's actually my son who made it.
Is that who made it?
Yeah. He designed
the
WGNS logo, yeah.
Well, that's nice for him, Dad, to give his son the credit.
The G on the side for the big G, so that's our small icon, if you will, and then that's why the G is kind of offset the way it is on everything. So.
I like that, though.
Branding.
Branding. That's what you do. With Seafoam.
You just really like this shirt, don't you?
I love it.
$15 at Walmart.
Really?
Yeah. And I put that on.
And then you put that on. You did that yourself?
I did, yeah.
How?
Magic.
Oh, wow. I'm intrigued.
I can't do it on a coonskin cap, though.
Well, you don't see many Seafoam.
So, 2 songs to go here. Let's see if we can get them done. But, folks, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Buck Owens, what a talent. He passed away on March 25th, 2006 at age 76. He had just performed a concert out in California, of course, where he was. And it was only a couple of hours later that he had a fatal heart attack right after performing a full concert. What are you doing there, Avon? You being okay?
This is good stuff.
Diet Dr. Pepper?
Well, yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, that part's good, too.
Interesting thing about this song that was released in '64, it ended up being a double A-side because the B-side, which was originally going to be a B-side, they made it a double A-side because they both hit #1.
Will they have a double D?
I don't think so. I've seen the double A-sides, you know. But not only did Together Again hit #1, the B-side, which My Heart Skips a Beat, hit #1. So they turned it into a double A-side.
Hard.
But we'll try this.
That's good.
Together again, my tears have stopped falling. The long, lonely nights are now at an end. The key to my heart you hold in your hand, and nothing else matters. We're together again. Together again. The gray skies are gone. You're back in my arms, now where you belong. The love that I knew is living again, and nothing else matters. We're together again. No, nothing else matters. We're together again. Great song, written and
oh man, American Legions and VFWs. That brings back. People get out there, you play that tune, and man, they would hit the floor.
They will do it.
Yeah.
We better try to get on out of here with this one. Another legend died on March 30th, 2020. Just 3 years ago, Bill Withers.
Yeah.
Man, what a talent he was.
Yeah, he was great.
You know an unusual record he holds?
An unusual record?
He
Is it a
wrote
45 or a 78? They had 16s too.
He wrote and recorded a song, Lovely Day, where at the end of the song, he holds the high E note for 18 seconds. And it's a record. It's somehow
Just
it's been
getting
recorded.
that note is...
People do not know how hard it would be to hold a note for 18 seconds. It's the longest of any top 40 hit ever for an artist to hold a note that long.
Wow.
And but this is his biggest hit he ever had. He just flat out, this is what weird, he didn't die till 2020. He just quit the music industry in 1985. He got so fed up with his label, Columbia Records, and the whole racket. He just said, heck with it, and he just quit. In 1985, he had some publishing companies that he had started and worked in that, but it was just unusual. He was still in the prime, could have been in 85, but he left it behind. You hardly ever see that. Try to do it in A if we can.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe I'll tell you what. I'm going to slide it up. I'm going to take a chance and slide it up to B flat. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Ain't no step for a stepper.
Trot it on out.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if you have things you need to borrow. For no one can feel those of your needs that you don't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call on me. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Yeah, I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. folks, thank you. God bless each and every one of you.
See you next week.
Premier 6 Theater on Broad in Jackson Heights.
Let's all go to the movies.
Check out what's showing at murfreesboromovies.com. Popcorn popped fresh daily.
Movies at the good old Premier 6.
Premier 6 on Broad in Jackson Heights.
Learn to make money 5 ways with rental real estate. Double your money with apartments. And get your map to financial freedom. And that map starts with a free workshop. Sign up now at lifestylesunlimited.com. Click on the Join Free Workshop tab and attend online or in person. That's lifestylesunlimited.com. Lifestylesunlimited.com. Again, that's lifestylesunlimited.com. Limited seating, unlimited